I first met Avatar Adida in February 1972, and for many months I was attracted to his happiness, his free state, his brightness, his teaching, opening my heart, drawing me into a feeling relationship with him. But it came to fulfillment about 8 months after I had met him. And that particular day I was sitting on the carpet on the Melrose Avenue ashram in Los Angeles, California, which was the first ashram that we had. And I was looking at his photograph, we call his Murti, at the front of the room, very happy that I was there with him and that this relationship was growing. Adida came into the room, he saw me sitting on the carpet, and he came and sat next to me. I could feel his body leaning against my right shoulder. And I was so happy that he came, that he was touching me, that next to me. I turned to him to try to praise him and thank him for all he'd done, but I didn't have the words, I didn't have the depth of way to express my feeling. So I was kind of like talking to a Red Cross worker out in the field, like, you did a good job, keep it up, we like it, you know. So that was not the appropriate response to him, but I started. He only let me say a very few words, and he turned his face right in front of my face. I looked into his eyes, this close. I looked into his eyes, and his pupils got larger and larger and larger. And it was overwhelming. The feeling that came through his eyes was a sense of absolute vulnerability. The sense of absolute no defense, no protection, just raw openness. It was beautiful. It was profound. It was the depth of feeling. And tears started pouring out of my eyes over the overwhelming beauty that he was just revealing. And I kept looking into his eyes. And after a while, the sense of separation fell away. The sense that I was looking at him and that he was revealing something to me stopped. It was just a sense of his state was revealed as love, and it was blissful. And it was simple, natural, the natural condition of being rather than anything special. And there was no sense of separation at all. And I don't know how long that lasted, because there's no sense of time at all. But that day I became his devotee, because that day he showed me that he is his realization. That he's not a separate person communicating, teaching, helping. He actually is his realization, and he can reveal it. And by revealing his realization, his free state, it made me feel that it was my free state. It's the free state of all beings. Love, bliss is the condition of reality. And there's no separation in it. It's a perfect, his words were a divine unity. It was the answer to my search for happiness. I've always looked for, where is happiness? Where is beyond the cycles of up and down and good and bad? Is there true, pure happiness? Is God true? If God is love, is it true? He answered, he showed me absolutely that truth is love, bliss, and that his state is that, and he's revealing that as our own. After a while, still looking in his eyes, he said, you should see what you look like. And he broke out with this great big laughter. And he held his arms out, he gave me a great big hug. And I fell into his heart and his body and his arms in that love, in that embrace. Devotees have said, people that have come have said, I wish I was there then. I wish I could have gotten that embrace. You know? He added the embrace. The gift was the vision that he revealed and the opening of my heart, you know, to not only his truth but my own truth. You know? The embrace was just an extra kiss. So that was the first day that I recognized that the profundity of what he revealed and what he showed me about my own state was clearly my guru. After all these years, almost 45 years almost now, in Adida's company, I've always recorded all the important sacred occasions, sacred events that happened. Yeah? And I ended up writing them in a book because they're so important, they're so significant, they're heart-opening, they're answers to people's questions about where is God, what is truth, what is reality, where is happiness? Answers directly. So I knew I had to get a book and pass on these gifts. Right? 118 stories in the book. And then I started considering, what will the title be? A lot of titles were considered by many of my friends and all that until they came down to At the Feet of the Spiritual Master. Because that's where I as a devotee was, in devotional recognition of his free state, submitted to his freedom through devotion. I'm at his feet. And that's how these stories were felt, and that's how these stories were brought to me. And the subtitle for the book is Stories from My Life with Avatar Adidas Samraj. The book is in process. It will come out soon. But in the meantime, I felt people have to hear these stories. And I want to tell them directly, face to face. So I traveled this last year all over the world and actually did tell lots of these stories all over the world. And then I got a recording because I felt everybody can't come into the rooms where I was, so how do I get all the rest of the people? So we got a recording now. It has 16 stories in it.